My name is Kaely. I am co-founder of Kaely's Kindness, which was established in 2012 and founded after I was diagnosed with stage 4 anaplastic large cell lymphoma. I was diagnosed in January of 2012 and I underwent 15 months of chemotherapy.
I'm Maggie Dreyer. I am president of Kaely's Kindness Foundation, but more importantly, I'm Kaely's mom. Kaely was diagnosed at age 16, and during that time, we found minimal resources for teen girls fighting and surviving cancer. Kaely's experience, she had a lot of support in the beginning, a lot of friends who really rallied around her, but as time went on, teenage girls do what teenage girls do, and that support became less frequent. And due to Kaely's compromised immune system, she was often isolated. We witnessed many other teen girls, often alone, getting treatment from single-parent homes who had to care for some of the other children. And we saw how they were often isolated as well and sometimes depressed.
My name is Emily, and in 2011, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I actually was diagnosed before Kaely's Kindness was even started.
During one of my first chemo treatments, a girl was across from me.
I looked at my mom when I saw Kaely across from me, and I said, "Mom, that girl still has her hair." And my mom said, "She must be new, go talk to her." Then I found out Kaely was just diagnosed. So we started a friendship there. We went back and forth talking if she had questions or just reaching out.
We were texting, became friends on Facebook, and she kind of became like my go-to outside of my doctor just because she lived it and understood the symptoms I was going through.
It was nice to know that I wasn't the only one around my age there. All the other patients were younger.
Another thing that we did before Kaely's Kindness was established was order pizza to another girl's room. And you would have thought that we gave this girl the world. She was just so happy about it. And that's when we knew we had to do something to help other girls that were feeling the same way I was feeling.
So Kaely's Kindness focuses on providing emotional, practical, and peer support to these teens at beginning of treatment, middle of treatment, as well as end of life. We are currently serving over 90 teen girls diagnosed with cancer and surviving cancer.
Hi, my name is Danielle Dietrich. I was 16 when I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer. I initially found the tumor in my arm and it grew into my shoulder. So I had surgery to remove all of that. So it's a completely prosthetic arm. Had tons of medications and numerous surgeries since then, and the biggest complication I faced afterwards was a infection in the cadaver bone. So that fake bone got a really bad infection that went into my blood and fake bone, and it made me really, really sick. So I went through 2 different ports and had a bunch of medicine pumped into my body, and through that I learned a lot of stuff, and I think that without the girls that I met, I would have never made it through.
My name is Tran. I'm 22 years old. I am a 20-year brain tumor cancer survivor. I've had a brain tumor ever since I was 2 years old. It started when my parents noticed that I could not walk. When kids are around 2, 3 years old, they're able to walk around and eventually run. In my case, it wasn't so.
My name is Chrissy, and I was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia at the age of 17 during my senior year of high school. Kaely's Kindness came into my life at a time where I didn't have a lot of friends because not many people want to be friends with the cancer girl. You can't go out, you can't do normal kid things. And this gave me a group of friends who really understood where I was coming from and didn't force me to be someone I wasn't at the time.
Early on when I was diagnosed, I remember going to Roswell and the doctors giving you a million pamphlets. I remember the Kaely's Kindness pamphlet and seeing Kaely on there with her bald head and being really afraid of even thinking like those needed to be my friends. And now looking back, I think of how dumb that was, because those are the girls that I am the closest with now. As much fun as the art classes and the dance parties and the shopping and the fancy dinners are, the thing we get most out of this group are those phone calls and those texts and those 2 a.m. meltdowns and having that person to call when you need them. So that's what I'm most thankful for. I'm thankful for the relationships and the love that I get from the girls.
Since I lost all my hair, I wore a wig because my parents didn't want me to get bullied. Being immigrants, they did not know how, American school kids would treat a girl of different race and ethnicity with her having cancer. Kaely's Kindness has provided me a support family with a bunch of girls who are around my age or younger. I know that if anytime that I have any doubts in myself or depressive thoughts, I know that I can come to any of the girls in Kaely's Kindness and they can snap me out of it and remind me how amazing I am, how far I've come from such a dark place in my life.
Kaely's Kindness paid for 2 years of horseback riding because I was huge into sports like hockey and soccer and basketball. And when I got diagnosed, I couldn't run or skate. So I needed kind of something else to do to keep me active but not be dangerous. And that really meant a lot because it gave me a distraction from having to go to the hospital all the time and getting scans and treatment and procedures.
As of this date, we've lost 14 girls. And as the girls come to end of life and recognize that there are no treatments that may assist them, we do focus on celebration of life. In terms of practical support, we've been able to pay for funeral costs, we've paid for mortgages, we've paid for electric utility bills, car payments, anything to assist these families in reducing the stressors involved with having a daughter with cancer, as well as the financial difficulties with managing their lives during treatment.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Uziak. My daughter, Stella, was a member of Kaely's Kindness for several years. Stella was originally diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia when she was 7.5 years old in 2011. She went through treatment. It was very high risk. She did okay and off treatment for 14 months before she relapsed. Stella passed away a little over a year ago, January 9th, 2021. It's really hard for me to sit here and talk about what Stella got from Kaely's Kindness because she's not here. She would have loved to sit in front of the camera telling you what it meant for her to hang out with her girlfriends. So these girls, she would know more intimately than anybody she went to school with. And you can't do something like cancer alone. There are certain things, even though I sat and witnessed by Stella's side everything to her last breath on earth, I still don't know what she really had going on in her head all the time. And these girls were an outlet that I couldn't provide for her. So I know I am eternally grateful to Maggie and Kaely for starting this group, for not walking away once it got started and let other people manage it. Kaely was a big sister to Stella. Stella looked up to her so much.
It's amazing what we see when all of these girls get together. The amount of support they provide one another on their journeys is absolutely incredible.
The magic that you see happening is just amazing. You can just stand back and watch, and everyone has a way to connect some way. People will never meet each other and come here and be able to just talk to each other and get that peer-to-peer support that is really needed.
These girls reach out to one another during their scans, when they find out that they can no longer have children, when they find out that they have a relapse, or they find out that there's a secondary illness due to the chemotherapy that was meant to save their lives.
So Kaely's Kindness is a 100% volunteer-based organization here in Western New York. We have a few major fundraisers every year. We have a gala, a golf tournament, and a mother-daughter luncheon. Our mother-daughter luncheon normally kicks us off in March. We normally have a golf tournament in June, and then a gala in the fall.
We average about 2,000 to 3,000 per girl in Kaely's Kindness. The need for continuous support to continue our mission of providing emotional, practical, social support. The parents are getting together and offering support because we too have walked the walk of what it means to be a parent of a daughter diagnosed with cancer. So we see a secondary benefit of these events and these things that we do here at Kaely's Kindness. I would encourage any mom who's doing this with their daughter to reach out. We've been there and we're able to really offer support as well as resources to be able to reduce your stress and make the focus of your child's treatment your priority.
You're not going through it alone. We're always there for you. It's the best support group that you could possibly ask for. It makes you feel normal, and I definitely recommend Kaely's Kindness Foundation just because of that.
We love Kaely's Kindness.